into us. So a lot of people don't say, oh, why do we got to talk about geopolitics? Because geopolitics could end up on your front door any day. Hey, what did it say about politics? You may not care about politics, but politics care about you. All right, guys, now let's get into this crazy story of a former U.S. Green Beret, Anthony Algarin, says he routinely witnessed Israeli forces firing artillery tanks. Man, at Gazans. All right, guys, we're just going to go ahead and get right into this. Let's see what this man got to say.
In Gaza after he retired and left, he says, when he saw American colleagues and the IDF killing civilians. The soldier is Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar, a Special Forces veteran of the U.S. Army's Green Berets. He's in Washington. I spoke to him from a spot just near the Gaza border.
I witnessed the Israeli Defense Forces shooting at the crowds of Palestinians. I witnessed the Israeli Defense Forces firing a main gun tank round from the Markava tank into a crowd of people, destroying a car of civilians that were simply driving away from the site. I witnessed mortar rounds being fired at the crowds of people to keep them controlled.
As a professional soldier with a very long career, what was your professional opinion of what was happening?
My professional opinion of how the sites were established was what I would describe as amateur, inexperienced, untrained, no idea of how to conduct operations of this magnitude. That would be my most benign assessment. In my most frank assessment, I would say that they're criminal. In my entire career, have I never witnessed the level of brutality and use of indiscriminate and unnecessary force against a civilian population, an unarmed, starving population. I've never witnessed that in all of the places I've been deployed to war until I was in Gaza at the hands of the IDF and U.S. contractors.
Based on the knowledge you have, do you think that you were a witness then to war crimes? I think you're saying that very emphatically.
Without question, I witnessed war crimes. I witnessed war crimes being by the Israeli Defense Forces, without a doubt, using artillery rounds, mortar rounds, firing tank rounds into unarmed civilians is a war crime.
People can resist hunger for a long time, but in the end, their strength ebbs away and deaths can rise exponentially. And that is what seems to be happening now in Gaza.
Yeah, and they're starting to release a whole bunch of pictures of malnourished babies with the ribs showing, and they're pretty much down to the bone. Oh boy, it's not good to see, but it is what it is. Now let's move on to other geopolitical news, because France, now look, man, they did some wild things, but this right here is standing on business. France to recognize Palestine as a state, and well, let's be real, guys. You already know Israel and the U.S. ain't hearing that whatsoever. But let's get right into it. Oh, and shout out to my man Green Bean. He says Cali has the most homeless and the best weather. I mean, facts. But that weather is really nice. I mean, man, people dreamed about moving out to Cali for that weather, and then they ruined it with liberalism and high ass taxes. I mean, liberalism wasn't that bad back in the day, but where's that now? Tough.
And staying with West Asia, global sentiment is shifting on the Gaza war. When it started, most people were silent. They understood the scale of Israel's pain on October 7th. So most of the world said nothing. Almost 2 years later, that is changing. The sympathy has firmly shifted from Israel to Palestine. The latest shift has come from France.
Let's see. Vladstein said, man, what was that soldier's name? Let's see here. I got you, big dog. Let's see here. Anthony Aguilera. Anthony Aguilera, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation whistleblower. Now, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation whistleblower. Well, now, you could definitely say that this may be a bit biased, extremely biased, because it's coming out of BBC and he's part of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. It'd be best he'd have just been a whistleblower. But hey, I would say it like this. I know the guys who are more pro-Israel would say he's lying. He don't know what he's talking about. But guys, an American citizen, Green Beret, like, come on, Green Beret, like, come on, guys, come on. There's only so much denying we could do at a certain point. There you go.
President Macron has announced a major decision. Paris will recognize the state of Palestine in September. Now, just to be clear, more than 140 countries already recognize Palestine, including India, China, and Russia. But most Western governments do not. They say, let's find a two-state solution first. Then we will recognize Palestine. But that attitude is changing. Last year, 3 European countries made the move: Norway, Ireland, and Spain. All 3 recognized Palestine, and now France has done the same thing. Ireland and the US, Israel and the US, of course, are not happy about it. Washington is calling it a reckless decision. They say it's a slap in the face to the October 7 victims. Of course, Israel is also livid. Prime Minister Netanyahu has condemned President Macron's decision. He says it will create another terror launchpad against Israel. And all of this is expected criticism. The question is, will others follow France? And what does this recognition change on the ground? Well, as a policy, it is quite significant. France is a heavyweight in the European Union. They hold considerable sway in Brussels. So for Paris to recognize Palestine is indeed a big deal. But others are...
Nah, if the US was to realize Palestine, then it's a big deal. If Israel was to recognize Palestine, I mean, it's damn near like we're living in a what-if scenario or a fairy tale scenario. I mean, a man could dream, right? But yeah, I mean, if we could actually get to a real two-state solution where, I mean, Israel just doesn't give Palestine like skimps of their own land, and I mean, we can get somewhere with this. We can get somewhere. But the problem is, if we can't get a fair two-state solution, which Israel refused to give, and it seems like the Palestinians is not accepting anything less than a fair two-state solution. So, hey, this is how it is. Now, Trump wants to go ahead and lead off. Oh, it's about the hostages, No, it's not. It's about the two-state solution.
Wary. Germany says it has no such plans in the near term, and the UK says we need a ceasefire first.
We need the ceasefire. We are calling for a ceasefire. And then, of course, we will do everything we can from a position of a supporter for the region to get the circumstances where there's negotiations for the long-term statehood in Palestine and security for the region that they need.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer is under a lot of pressure. His election manifesto promised to recognize Palestine, plus public opinion is changing.
221 MPs. So I believe these guys. I believe that's their Congress, their MPs. 221 of them has pretty much signed on to make Palestine an official state, which means that they're trying to force a two-state solution from Israel. And here's the thing: I mean, America and Israel are the two people that's against that. Who are the strongest forces right now? America and Israel.
Most Britons condemn Israel's war in Gaza. Almost half of them say it's a genocide. So it's not clear how much longer Starmer can resist. Which brings us to the second question. What does it change on the ground? Well, nothing. Palestine does not have sovereign land. It is occupied by Israel. It also does not have membership at the United Nations. For that, you need approval from the Security Council. But the US will never agree. They will veto any such proposal.
Yeah, they will.
Which makes you wonder, does this recognition help Palestine, or is it simply performative?
Yeah, it's all performative. It just sounds nice. It makes you feel good inside. That's all. I mean, trust me, it ain't real until we recognize it. And I mean, the way our government's leaning and according to who, we give all this money to, that's not happening. That's not happening. Trust me. Like, America realizing Palestine as a state, man, that's probably going to take 2 or 3 presidents into the future.
And it's not an isolated move. We are seeing global opinion toughen against Israel. On Tuesday, 28 countries signed a joint statement. 28 countries, they said that the war must end now.
Golan Heights is wild.
And these were not Arab or Muslim nations. These were allies of Israel. We're talking about countries like the UK, Canada, Austria. They're not just calling for a ceasefire, they are sharpening their language too. Listen to some of this.
We've seen too many images of children being killed, of horrific slaughter, of churches being bombed.
The international community is united in its revulsion to what is happening in Gaza. This horror must end.
The Israeli government must answer what possible military justification can there be for strikes that have killed desperate, starving children?
Intermittent pauses in hostilities are not enough to address the scale of humanitarian challenges confronting the people who grapple daily with acute shortages of food and fuel, inadequate medical services, and lack of access to education.
So there is a global shift in opinion. And what has caused it? The scale of suffering in Gaza. The World Health Organization says there is this is man-made mass starvation. More than 120 Gazans have died from starvation. Let that sink in. Not missiles or bullets. They were killed by hunger. When aid trucks arrive, the scenes are heartbreaking.
And here's the thing, though. They'll blame Hamas. I mean, here's the thing. Any type of atrocities that Israel do, they bomb a hospital, kill civilians. Hamas was hiding in the hospital. I mean, they shoot at civilians trying to get aid. Hamas was shooting at the civilians trying to get aid, even though, we're the ones caught on camera. I mean, when you could just throw Hamas on anything without having to provide any proof, you can get away with anything.
Making dozens of starving Gazans rushing for a morsel of food. And even there, they're not safe.
Hey, and shout out to my man Philip throwing in. Appreciate the support, my man. Throwing in again. He had too much to say. Just wanted to show some support. Appreciate you, my man.
Israel has been attacking aid seekers. The United Nations says they have killed more than 1,000 aid seekers, people who came looking for aid. 1,000 of them killed. It's hard to describe the suffering in words. I let the pictures do it, and I must warn you, it is not easy to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that doesn't change world opinion, I don't know what will.
I mean, like a lady, trust me. I hear you. But look, man, we got some people running off some pretty radical religious ideas that can justify this. Remember, it's all Hamas. Like, trust me, guys. Only in America, in my honest, I think, I don't know why, but it kind of seems like only in America we can just pass this off as, oh, no, never mind. Let me take that back. It's not just America. But it does seem like in these first world countries, we're all justifying this with it's all Hamas. And at a certain point, I'm going so 25,000 people led to the destruction of 70% of Gaza? I'm like, and then here's the thing. You destroy 70% of Gaza, they still ain't gone? Doesn't that mean you got completely failed? Maybe you should try a different way because it kind of seems like you're killing more civilians than, Hamas. And I looked up the statistics. It's bad out there. It's 6-1. Yes, the civilian militant death ratio is 6-1 at this point. It's wild. It's I don't get it. I'm gonna be real with you. I get taken out of Hamas. I get Hamas needs to go. I get that they can't govern Gaza. But I mean, what does that got to do with the kids or the women? I'm just saying. I get it. Oh, it's Hamas putting them under the suffering set. That's why you should just look away and let it happen because it's all Hamas. And Hamas could stop it any day they want. I mean, yeah, that's a decent point. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
People say it is coming too late.
I mean, here's the thing. They've been trying to work on Hamas for 2 years straight. I mean, think about it. They solved Hezbollah in 3 months with the pagers. They solved Iran in 12 freaking days. But we still worried about Gaza. I mean, we're still worried about Hamas. We still dealing with Hamas. Man, shit don't make sense. I'll be honest. And shout out to my man, Ron Hochul, man. Hey, what's up, brother? He says, not doing this to hear Sid. I just like that talking goldfish on Conspiracy Hour. Hey, my man said, I'm just doing this for Conspiracy Hour, brother. I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
That too much damage has already been done, and we get why. Nearly 60,000 Gazans have been killed in this war. Around 50,000 children have been killed or injured. 50,000 children. Even Holocaust scholars are speaking out. They say Israel is committing genocide. So it's easy to see.
Yeah, Harvard, pretty much Harvard came out and pretty much said there are 377,000 Gazans missing right now. Yes, 377,000 Gazans that are missing, which means that we're probably dealing with about over 100K dead. Yeah, I know they said 50K, but we may be dealing with something like 100K. And I'm just preparing you guys. Now, look, you don't got to take me at face value, but I'm preparing you guys for worst case scenario, because when the fog of war clears, all answers shall be revealed. And I promise you, we're not gonna like 75% of what we hear. 75. He's like, send something in the general chat. Let's play it and stay petty. Hey, all right, why not? Let's play it and stay petty, guys. You know I love being petty.
Why global opinion is shifting, but it does not seem to be worrying Israel. They have recalled their truce negotiators from Qatar. They say Hamas is not acting in good faith. And yes, there is some truth here too.
Yeah.
Hamas may be emboldened by the change in global opinion. They may decide to play hardball. But even that doesn't give Israel the right to starve children to death.
Yep.
I know we talk about geopolitics as a game of realism, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's about compassion, grief, and sympathy.
And here's the thing. I don't like the fact where people say, oh, it's a war. It's war. Don't you understand how war works? I mean, yeah, bro, you ever heard of the Geneva Convention? You ever heard of that? You ever heard of where we kind of came together and we said, yeah, we don't want to do war like this ever again. So we're going to sign this treaty to where it's illegal to bomb hospitals, water supply centers, like illegal to bomb any infrastructure that could hurt the civilians. Yes, that's why we did that, to pretty much skirt that. And the fact that Israel's doing it, and we damn near put that in place for them, so nothing like that could ever happen to nobody, and they go around and do this shit themselves is crazy. It's crazy how we're even sponsoring it after we know the Geneva Convention. We know that these are war crimes, but what, Israel's doing it? We just forget. Now we're just gonna say, well, that's a war set. That's why we got war crimes. That's why we set those crimes up, so we don't have to go through that ever again. And here we are doing it and shit again. What did we learn? What the hell did we learn, guys? Not a damn thing, huh? It's like, I thought we cared about human life. I guess we didn't learn from World War II. I guess that was just like, all right, fuck it. All right, now let's get to my man Hellbat. Sorry for that rant right there. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Michael, hypothetical situation. If I died overseas, somewhere random like Jerusalem or something, and it cost $30,000 to ship me home to bury me and have a funeral, or $500 there in Jerusalem.
So $30,000 to ship you home,
Yeah.
or $500 to bury you in Jerusalem?
Yeah. What would you choose?
I would pay the $30,000 and ship you home.
You would pay $30,000 to ship me home, even though I already passed over the 500?
Yeah. Well, a couple thousand years ago, a man died there, and in 3 days, he rose from the dead. And I just can't take that chance.
Oh, I'm crying. Hey, no, that was funny as hell. He's like, look, man. Like, apparently in Jerusalem, man, look, it's known for people are known from rising from the dead over there. I kind of want you to stay down, okay? All right, that was funny. Oh man, he's like, what you call semen in a woman? Loaded in the dishwasher. Yo, what do you call semen in a woman? Loaded in the dishwasher. Wild. And Hellbat cannot be stopped. Nah, for real though. I'm hearing you guys on that one, but yeah, what you guys got to understand about that Gaza situation is, well, or one, we're all in support of it according to our government. Two, I mean, we can blame everything on Hamas. And three, well, I mean, when you really start talking about it, start demonizing Palestinians as these evil people who cannot be trusted in any land. So it's damn near like, no matter what you say, they'll find a way to either you call you anti-Semitic, tell you that Palestinians aren't even real people, or ever or Palestine never existed, or 3, I mean, just tell you that you're wrong. And I'd rather the third option. But all right, guys, Trump targets Indian tech workers. And you know what, man? About damn time. About damn time. They are a problem. Let's get into it.
We need U.S. technology companies to be all in for America. We want you to put
And
America
we have hit the goal, guys. I'm going to go ahead and open up that call-in line. Give me about 5 minutes.
first.
Donald Trump has picked a new target. This time, it's Indian tech workers. After tariffs and trade wars, he's going after tech talent. The US president has issued what sounds like an ultimatum. It is aimed squarely at...
Problem is, though, we send y'all tech guys over who stay in college for like 2 years while we make our students stay in there for 4 years. So y'all students get rushed into these jobs, and our guys still got 2 years left in college. And here's the problem. They take these H-1B visa guys and pay them less and damn near hold their employment over their head, or they got to go back home. So, I mean, as an employer, who would you pick? Somebody you can pay lower and kind of subjugate, or somebody that you got to pay respect to and pay a higher price? I mean, if you're a sadistic bastard.
Big tech, Trump wants them to cut back on hiring from abroad. Listen to this.
For too long, much of our tech industry pursued a radical globalism that left millions of Americans feeling distrustful and betrayed. And you know that. Everybody knows that. Everybody in this room certainly does. Many of our largest tech companies have reaped the blessings of American freedom while building their factories in China, hiring workers in India, and slashing profits. And
I mean, a lot of people don't know that there are Christians in Gaza. That's the sad reality. People think that we're just bombing Muslims, but we're bombing Christians as well. I mean, surprise, surprise, right? I mean, they definitely did bomb that Catholic church. There was a Catholic church in Palestine. I mean, goes to show that there would be Christians as well, or Catholics as well. But I mean, hey, though, the Palestinians, it don't matter, guys, or they're Muslim. It don't matter. Remember, we dehumanize Muslims around here on the right, man. That's what we do.
Ireland, you know that? All the while dismissing and even censoring their fellow citizens right here at home. Under President Trump, those days are over. We need U.S. technology companies to be all in for America. We want you to put America first. You have to do that. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
He's accusing them of what he calls radical globalism. That's a new phrase from Donald Trump, but it conveys the same old message: America first.
All right, guys, and the call-in link has been posted. Go to the post tabs between the playlist and membership and hit that link. If you have paid in or you are a member, you can go ahead and join the call-in line, guy. We can go ahead and join the call-in. So Sid, Vladstein, other people, hey, come on up.
Trump wants Silicon Valley to follow his America First rule. He's demanding what he calls national loyalty from them. Now, we've heard such threats before. In the month of May, Trump went after...
I mean, shoot, that's what you guys got, national loyalty. I mean, you guys don't let us over there and take y'all high-earning jobs. I mean, so why should we continue to let y'all do it? It's kind of crazy how these countries always expect us to, like, take the brunt of everything. Like, we always got to take the bad end of the stick, and if we don't, we're being unfair. We're being bullies. It's like, bro, what? Like, cry me a river, please. Cry me a river. But all right.
It was inhumane.
You'll be all right, Vlad. You'll be all right.
In seeing what was going on. And it wasn't just that there were a lot of homeless people. It was that there were a lot of homeless people with like severe like mental health issues.
Yes.
And they can't make decisions for themselves. They're like literally, I can't tell you how many times on my way to work on the freeway, I almost hit a mentally ill homeless person who's on the freeway.
On 405?
Yes. And I can't imagine what I would go through for the rest of my life if I ever hit someone with my car, you know? But like, why are we living in a society that like thinks that this is okay? This is not okay. This is not okay. The drug addiction, not just in LA, all across the country. Has there been any effort to do anything about this?
Zero.
And it makes me really angry.
The Sacklers are still billionaires.
Yep, exactly. And it's just, I find it to be, you want to talk about treason. Politicians who let this kind of stuff happen to the Americans they're supposed to represent, and people mistake that as me being anti-homeless. No.